Welcome to Classic Game Room, broadcasting from the Intergalactic Space Arcade. What happens when you combine Sonic the Hedgehog with racing and the number 2 on your Game Gear? You get Sonic Drift 2. That's what happens. Thanks, Mark, for stating the obvious. It's Sonic Drift 2, which reminds me a lot of another game on Nintendo game consoles. You all know the one I'm talking about, right? Let's all say it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Revenge of Shinobi. That will be his final act of revenge, to go back in time, stab Mario in the back, marry Princess Peach, and produce a family of ninja offspring that slowly take over all Nintendo games, like Metroid, co-starring Lil Shinobi, and Mario Kart, starring Shinobi's buddy, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, it's from Sega, it's on the awesome Game Gear, and it stars awesome characters like Sonic the Hedgehog and Metal Sonic. But the camera perspective is most unawesome, which takes a lot of awesomeness out of an otherwise fun game. I generally like the concept of this game and find it to be fairly fun. The problem is that you can't see what's coming towards you. Is it a turn? Is it something bad? Or is it something good that you should collect? By the time you find out, it's usually too late, so what I ended up doing was avoiding everything and kept a close eye on the map for turns. The gameplay is pretty simple. You compete in the Chaos GP, which is kind of like the Mushroom Cup, except it sounds cooler. There's 6 races in each of the events, and a bunch of Sonic characters to choose from, each in their own little goofy cart. It is, after all, a kart racing game. There's some power-ups laying around the track, and you'll want to avoid them because they could also be a bomb. You really can't tell. And as far as I can tell, after you've collected enough rings, you can push up on the D-pad and activate a turbo boost. Sonic Drift 2 is a cute game for the Game Gear. It was released in 1994, and this is one of those that was probably way cooler back in the day than it is now. Old school handheld driving games just feel archaic compared to the newer ones, and while this is charming and has the Sega feel, it's just tough to see where you're going. But with some practice, you'll have no trouble winning races once you learn to just avoid everything and turn ahead of turns. Drift into them. After all, it is the title of the game. It's cute, it's charming, it's Sonic Drift 2, a likable game limited by its hardware. Thanks to our friend Thomas from Lake Grove, New York, for sending this game to the show. I'm glad I've played it, because I always like to see what Sonic is up to. I always knew he could spin and play pinball, but now I know he can drift through corners. So thanks again, Thomas, and it's Sonic Drift number 2.